It's day 6 of the World Snooker Championship, where the first round played to a finish, the last 16 got underway, and two former world champions kick-started the second round, Shaun Murphy and Neil Robertson. And here's what happened.
This is a boxing match. Neil Robertson has just landed the first punch.
Foul. Neil Robertson set.
That's a fantastic shot.
4.
He really does pop some balls. Just hammered that into the pocket. It's there. His first one in the match. Absolutely magical from Shaun Murphy.
Oh, beautiful.
1.
That's another turn up there.
Neil Robertson got off to a strong start, with Murphy failing to pot a ball in the first 3 frames. But he fought back and eventually brought the score to 5-2. We join in the final frame of their first session. Your commentary comes from Dennis Taylor and Stephen Hendry.
Thank you. 1.
So very big visit to the table for Shaun.
Eight. 9. 16. 17. 24.
This will open the Reds up.
25.
That's 4 reds and 4 blacks. Let's see how he plays the next shot.
32.
Because there is £50,000 for the maximum break, £10,000 for the highest break. He might have a little
33.
bit of that on his mind. He's done it on 5 occasions, Shaun Murphy. Usually your main concern is the frame. And we'll find out with the next shot, because it's a straightforward positional shot if he plays for the blue. So we'll find out very shortly what his ideas are. Yep, he's looking at the blue or pink, so because of the angle on the red, he's forgotten about the possibility of getting back onto the black. Or has he? He's having a think about it.
Can you stop moving, please?
I think there's a bit of movement right in his eye line.
$41.
From this position, I mean, I don't believe Sean's going for a maximum at all yet, but from this position, it's certainly hard to get on a red to be able to get back to a black. He's playing around here, isn't he? He feels that this plant
48.
is definitely on to the right corner pocket. If it is, the angle he's on, he can definitely follow through of the cushion to stay on the black. Now you see it. Pretty much unmissable, you'd have to say, from there. I can only think that he just doesn't want to take any risks at all, but to me it looks unmissable. Really know what the delay was. It looked a pretty straightforward shot. Now the red to the left of the bunch is looking at now. If that's available to the left corner, it's another red that's pretty easy to get on and away. He can come back for black if he wants, and he's on it.
56.
Well, what a way it would be to finish this first session.
57.
Oh, he's quite high in the black. I mean, ideally, I'd love to take the cue ball in a gap between the pink and the 5 reds. If he could find that gap, that would give him a choice of red to left middle or red to right corner.
Player finished on the other table, and Sean Murphy is still staying on
64.
the black. I remember, Stephen, you making a maximum here, and you got a motor car valued at £180,000. What year was that? You must remember that.
That was actually for winning the championship.
65.
It was a bonus from my sponsor at the time, which was very nicely appreciated. I remember the prize used to be £147,000, didn't it? Plus 20,000 for the high break. Well, there's no doubt what will be on his mind now.
72.
This red, I'm sure he's got an angle to come back for black. This is a red to put the frame safe. See, 9 reds, 9 blacks. Needs an angle on the black here. He needs to develop something.
73.
And it doesn't look like he's got it to me. That might be the end. But very important frame for Sean to win. Okay, if he goes on to do the magical 1 for 7, brilliant, but he's back in this match at 5-3. The red to the left of the 4, he thinks that's available to the far left corner. Oh, but where's the black going to go? Right behind the yellow. Right behind the white, sorry.
Oh, Pink spots
80.
available.
I'm getting excited, Dennis.
Not like you, Stephen.
What sort of angle? Looks pretty straight, which is what he wants.
Get in there.
We've got a chance now. Oh, he's just followed through the cue ball too much here. This is not a
88.
nice angle. May have to go in and out of bulk in between yellow and brown.
Well, he's left himself a tough
89.
black, but it's a natural to cannon one of the reds out of the way. Still a possible chance if this comes off.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Wow, what a shot.
Well, he'll be feeling it inside now,
96.
Sean Murphy. What a buzz this is. Do this at the Crucible.
97.
What a shot he played there when he developed those two reds. There's still that difficult one near the middle pocket, though.
Yeah, not got a nice angle on this black again. He keeps on landing straight on this black. Hit that beautifully, though. I'll be tempted to flick the red in the middle. I think it's too acute an angle. He could just...
104. You want it now?
Well, Sean wants him to lift the screen. Now that's unusual. I'll tell you what, every credit to Sean Murphy.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree about this. You're just in the middle of a maximum and you've stopped yourself right in your tracks. It's a pause now to his concentration.
He wants the people on the other side to see a possible maximum. Yeah, there's a lot of people over there that have never seen a maximum live.
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there. I'll go down and lift the screen for them.
No.
Sean, just make the maximum. Come on, get concentrating again.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's been 10 maximums made at the Crucible Theatre.
105.
Didn't even look at that red there to the middle. I know it was an acute cut, but he would have automatically been back in the black should he have gone for it. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. He might have to just drop this in and leave a high black because you cannot put it in at this angle with any power. That's why I thought he would have gone for it the last time.
No, it was just too much to ask to put that in the middle pocket and screw back for the black, but what an effort. But more importantly, that the players have a little chat to themselves. What a session of snooker we've just witnessed. Sean Murphy 3-0 down, battles back, almost made a maximum. 5-3. The Crucible crowd loved that, as we did.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Sean Murphy. He didn't quite make the 147, but you know, that certainly sets the tone for the match that resumes tomorrow morning between the two. That's at 10 o'clock on BBC Two with myself. Now on to another matchup, and that was Ali Carter against Jack Lisowski. That first round match played to a conclusion this afternoon. Carter, the two-time finalist, had to come through qualifying this season, and he continued that great form, beating 11th seed Jack Lisowski 10-6. Ali Carter is into the last 16 for the 13th time in his career, and he was delighted to come through. But it was a bittersweet feeling for him, given his close relationship with his opponent.
It's a great win for me. Jack's so talented. It's unbelievable. Hits the ball so well. The only thing I had over him is experience. You know, I can't outscore him. His safety game is very, very good. And I used that today. I think Jack's got a great future ahead of him.
He was definitely the toughest player I thought out of the bunch, but you got to kind of, if you want to win the tournament, you got to deal with these people. And I kind of was hanging on the first session, and today I just kind of let it slip. So you got to beat everyone, and I thought he played really well.
Key to the win was I've been here a lot. You know, I've won a lot of matches. I've you know, been down to the final day a couple of times, so I know what it's all about. And I was just conscious to try and keep on him all the time, keep making it hard, keep letting him know I'm there, let him know I'm up for it all the time, you know. And you know, that's what I did today, and you know, I've done that well, so I'm delighted.
Well, through to round 2, Ali Carter goes, where Zhou Yulong is waiting for him. Well, another match that played to a conclusion this afternoon was Kyron Wilson against Scott Donaldson. Kyron led 6-2 overnight and went on to complete a very successful first-round match to take the final spot in the second round. Kyron has enjoyed past success here at the Worlds, having reached the quarter-final twice and the semi-final last year, where he was beaten by John Higgins. So this time, he's determined to take it one step further.
I played okay. I felt really, really good. I've worked ever so hard for this event. You know, maybe trying a little bit too hard throughout the match and not just letting it flow and enjoy it, which is, you know, the main thing. We work so hard all year just to get here, so sometimes you need to remind yourself that you need to enjoy it. It's always a potential banana skin here at the Crucible. You always want to get over your first match and, you know, feel a part of the tournament. For me this year, it's been a bit of a tough one being the last of the first rounds. I felt like I've not really been a part of it, so now I've got the first win under the belt. I feel like I'm involved in the tournament, and obviously looking forward to the next round now.
So the match we're going to concentrate on now involves 3-time world champion Mark Selby, who was up against qualifier Gary Wilson, who, remember, came through the longest frame in Crucible history to get here. Wilson took the first frame, Selby took the second, and we're going to join in the frame 3. Selby at the table, trailing by 23 points. Your commentary comes from John Virgo and Ken Doherty.
Well, he's playing it into the corner. He did. Didn't fancy the cut, thought it was too thin.
Surprised at that one. Has left this red, but certainly not an easy pot, this one. Yeah, he played it well, played it very nicely, and got out for the green. Good shot.
One.
Top red of the 6 around the pink spot does pot as well. He's also got this red in open play just to the right of the bunch.
Five.
So it doesn't need to go into the bunch here. I would feel he will try and get on that open red. And if he leaves a nice angle on the red, he may be able to brush off the other one. Try and
12.
dislodge another couple of reds here. He's got a wonderful angle. Just didn't hit it hard enough, but he's nicely on the black. Has he got another plant into this left corner pocket? 2 reds look almost in line. Well, there you see, it's gone to the right side of the pocket, but there is enough of a gap between the 2 reds. And decided to move it, and it's not too bad.
20.
Problem with this situation, the blues are on his spot, pink's up the other end of the table. So it was never going to be easy to get
21.
position on the colour, and I think that, well, even if the black does pass the red, this is a big ask, big shot to play. Does go. Will he be prepared to take it on? Frame winner if it goes in. Frame loser. Could be if it doesn't. Big shot. Oh, superb. Well, that was a brilliant shot. That really was. Showed a lot of character there. Well played.
What a tough pot this was, but, and particularly the pace that he played it. Wonderful shot. Deserves to win the frame now. I must say, John, on first impressions,
36.
the opening exchanges in this second round match, Gary Wilson doesn't look a bit nervous at all.
37.
No. As I say, I thought just the first few shots, understandable in the first frame. He looked a little bit edgy, but since then, he's getting the cue through nicely. Got a nice pause before he delivers.
44.
And that red now
45.
means that Mark Selby needs a snooker. This black to go 75 points in front with just 59 remaining.
$52. $53.
I think the other thing that's just impressing me at the moment as well, Ken, one of the most important things about this game, all these players can pot, obviously.
56.
Cue ball control. And he's got that cue ball on a piece of string. I mean, I know he had to pot a tough black, but that was just the situation he was in, running into other reds. But got a nice touch, it looks.
Yeah. He doesn't hit the ball too hard, does he? He's got a nice control on that cue ball, as you said, and he's got a nice touch.
63. $64.
Yeah, got the blew out to open play.
It's just enough for 100 now.
Yeah, I was just going to say it. That's unlucky, isn't it, where it landed?
68.
Red and a brown gets him to 73. And then 27 with the colours. Oh,
Gary
it
Wilson,
didn't
68
drop.
on the
Well,
front.
that was an excellent break, and in the middle of it, a very courageous black to keep it going. Well played. He leads Mark Selby, 3 times champion, 2-1.
Great stuff from Gary Wilson there. He leads 2-1. We're going to join in the next frame where Selby's at the table. He's 13 points up, but he's in a snooker.
Yeah, he's trying to nestle on this red, just left of the pink. Oh, he's done it beautifully. Excellent shot.
Yeah. But I think he may have left the red to the right middle.
Gary Wilson coming around to have a look, see where he can leave the cue ball if he does have a go at this red. Just try to almost be touching that red, Mark Selby, to try and block the possibility of a pot into this right centre. Very good. Just the weight of the ball there gave it a chance to go into the pocket. Hit it at the far jaw.
8.
It'll be a little bit awkward queuing. Now that's okay if you don't have to do anything with the cue ball, but it's difficult to say whether he can just drop it in and be on pink or black. Oh, well, he can.
9. $16.
Choice of reds into the left centre pocket. This
17.
is where Gary Wilson's game excels. This type of position, he's got a good cue ball, good control of the cue ball. We spoke about his touch on making breaks.
22.
A nice control.
23.
Doesn't hit anything hard.
$28. $29.
Just wondering, can this pink pot into the right corner pocket, and there you see it can. We would like to get the pink on its spot as soon as
56.
possible. And he's taking these very
37.
nicely indeed.
He can't run through. Could he kiss the pink? Deep screw off the side cushion, is it? No, played the cannon. And he's okay. He's okay. He's got one to the left middle.
44. $45.
Yeah, nicely. Top side of the blue. The two reds on the left-hand side of the table are potable as well into this left corner pocket. If you can drop on one of those and then maybe take the pink. So one of these into the left corner. You could get on the pink or black here, but I'd like to get on the
50.
pink here and just get the pink out of the way.
$51.
Pot the pink and choice of reds now. Bottom one of the four pots. You can go on the loose one on the left-hand side of the table if he wishes. Pink may go up onto the yellow spot.
Quick glance at the scoreboard. I mean, the red that's immediately above the black, once he's potted that, I think it does release another red, so there's no need to play any risky cannons. And as you spotted before, Kenny, he doesn't look overawed by this experience.
Oh,
58.
looks very calm and self-assured, composed, got a nice pace around the table. Max Selby knows he's in for a bit of a battle against this man from Whitley Bay.
So 52 points to
65.
lead, just as red needed, that's all, to go into the mid-session interval with a 3-1 advantage. Just the start he'd be looking for.
66.
And that will keep Mark Selby in his seat. The next time he gets out of it will be to go to his dressing room. Good start this
72.
from Gary Wilson.
73.
Had a chance of a century break in the last frame. Can he put matters right in this?
And there's another nice
80.
bit of evidence of his cue ball control. It's been an excellent break, this really has.
81.
Be nice to finish with a century.
87. 88.
A little bit straight on this black. He's a lot of screw on left hand side here. But he's played it very nicely indeed.
95. 97.
Yeah, it just struggled in the yellow. That's why he's closer to the side cushion they would like, but still on the screen.
100.
Superb, absolutely superb. Excellent performance. His second century of the tournament. And the 36th of the tournament so far. Okay, the brown didn't go in. But Gary Wilson has certainly left down a marker here for Mark Selby. Goes to the mid-session interval, the first one, with a 3-1 advantage.
So Gary Wilson makes a century break to take it to 3-1. The next two frames were shared, and we're going to join in frame 7 with Selby at the table, trailing by 20 points.
Mark was trying to nudge that red into play. If it had been available into the middle, then it wouldn't have mattered being wrong side of the blue, but now it does. Bit of work to do with the cue ball.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Not guaranteed to be on. Only red should he take the cue ball in and out of balk. It's not a great angle on the blue, slight angle, but let's have a look at the angle. There you see it. May come off side cushion, ball cushion. Missed the red over the right hand side of the pocket. Oh, that's very unlucky. That's extremely unlucky. If he's not on a red here into this
6.
corner pocket. Couldn't have played that shot much better. Any sort of full ball kiss on this red, John, and he was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Pink or anything. Well, you got to flick off the pink. Surely nothing passes the black. Well, he's having another look. Well, there's not all the pocket there, is there? It'd be a very dangerous shot to take on.
Well, does this red pot into the right centre? Again, it's very tight.
Must do. Well, he was bemoaning his luck, and as it turned out, he had a red that he could pot and get back on the black.
And what a marvellous shot that was. Very difficult when the cue ball and red are so close to each other. Excellent recovery.
14. $15.
Would have liked to be in a little bit straighter on this blue, so. Played the cannon into the two reds nicely on this red to the right corner pocket, and
20.
I know it's very early in this
21.
match, of course, best of 25, but frames like this are very, very important for either player. Particularly when your opponent has been in and looked like he could win the frame. Missed opportunity from Gary Wilson, missing that black to the left
26.
corner. He'll be contemplating that, and that will hurt them. But when your opponent comes to the table and wins the frame from it, then it hurts even more. So that's why this is an important break for Mark Selby here, and just to re-establish his confidence.
27. $34. $35.
Yeah, he's had a quick look at the scoreboards. He's going to do his little bit
42.
of calculations. 22 points ahead, so 3 reds and blacks will be enough to leave his opponent needing the snooker.
43.
Doesn't want to be too straight on this red.
50.
Looks okay. Screw the cue ball back off the side cushion, back up for black.
51.
So there you see it, 38 points in front. Once he pots this
58.
red, there'll only be 43 remaining. So red, blue, red, pink would be sufficient. And that will put him in the snooker's
59.
required stage.
Acknowledgement from the crowd, but
64.
it'll be important for Mark Selby to pot this red just to stop his opponent coming back to the table. Yeah, he'll be Disappointed after that miss black. Yeah, well played. Just been a good break for Mark Selby. Under the cosh a little bit.
$72.
Well, the red's not gone in.
Mark
But
Selby,
Gary
72 on the
Wilkinson
front.
nods his concession. He'll be disappointed he had a chance, but just decelerated on the black. And Mark Selby, fair play to him, stepped in and did the business. One more frame to play. Mark Selby, one behind.
Great stuff from Mark Selby there. He brings it back to 3-4, and there's only one frame left in this session. Now Wilson's at the table, trailing by 52.
One.
Well, everybody's oohing and ahhing here. But he can get through to the pink, I'm sure. Well, he's looking at the green. I mean, personally, well, I know why he's thinking of the green. There's two reds, or three reds that he can play on. A little bit twixt in between.
I'm just wondering, John, would it be an idea to take this red off the left-hand side cushion here? He's always going to be on the pink, and bring that red into play. The one close to the left cushion.
Yeah, I think that was in his mind, but just didn't get it. He's got to play the pink now, of course. We always say when a ball's in the jaws of a pocket, it's always difficult. Probably sometimes just better screw in directly, not using the cushion. Which is what he's done, and he's played it well. Played it very well.
11.
This would be a steal.
12.
Yeah, this frame takes on massive significance now, but he's got a lot of work to do.
That puts him 36 points behind. 59 points remaining, so plenty of points to spare. But
16.
a couple of very awkward reds to contend with.
$17.
Yeah, I'm just wondering that the red that's away from the top cushion, if you could roll this pink in, play for that red, would he think of playing for the black? If he's got the angle, would he think of running this in and just nudging the red away from the top cushion and being on the black?
23.
Is it too risky? If you're right behind the line of the shot, you see it better. That
24.
just struggled in. So he's left himself this pressure black. If it's tight to the cushion, you wouldn't fancy him missing it. And he doesn't have to hit it with any pace. It's tight to the cushion. And he's played it well. Still another hurdle to come with the red to the opposite corner. But it was a brave choice of
31.
shot. Can he reap the rewards?
Yeah,
32.
played it nicely as well, and not only potted the red, but look at the wonderful angle on the black to take out this last red. Oh, the dreaded mobile phone just on his backswing. At least he didn't miss the black. Missed the
39.
cannon though.
Yeah. Missed the cannon. It looked a natural, didn't it? But as you say, that mobile phone going off wouldn't have helped. Needs a good safety now. He can't risk playing this pot. He's got himself right back in the frame. But it looks as though he's taking it on. He's played it in such a way, he's hoping it goes safe, but it hasn't gone safe.
Gary Wilson, 39.
That to me was too risky. But he could have left it easier. He could have left it easier. This isn't a simple pot for Mark Selby.
No, it's just crept close enough to this left-hand side cushion to make this missable. Yeah, just made it missable. Well, Gary Wilson had another piece of fortune there. What an opportunity this is now. Try and get on the yellow here. May hold it for the green. Might be if he has the angle. Yeah, doesn't want to be straight on the green. Anything but straight.
He looks pretty straight on the green, doesn't he? Well, it's just got a slight angle to come off the side cushion. So now don't be straight on the yellow. Well, he obviously has judged that that leaves him an angle. And it's all about now yellow and position on the green. What a steal this would be. He's hit it too hard. He's hit it too hard. He's going to be hampered by the blue. Adrenaline. Tension in the arm. Just overhit it. Can he cue past the blue? Using the spider, this green will be so difficult. Oh, he's trying to hold it up with one hand. Well, this is a shot. He's got it! Well, what a way to play it! Unbelievable! No. Even brought a smile from Mark Selby now. Potted the brown. 13. It needs to run a bit more. He's not perfect on the blue. Blue and pink for a two-frame advantage after the first session. On and off the top cushion. In goes the blue. It looks inch perfect to me.
18.
What a steal. Yes! Well, what a session that turned out to be. We had one long drawn-out frame, but every credit to Gary Wilson. Dear me, Mark Selby did all he could to stop him in his tracks. Looked like it was going to be 4-all. It's not. Gary Wilson takes an overnight lead of 5 frames to 3 against the 3 times champion of the world.
Great stuff from Gary Wilson there. Well, here's confirmation of today's scores and results. Both Ali Carter and Kyron Wilson are through to round 2. They complete the final 16. And after the first session of round 2, Neil Robertson leads Sean Murphy 5-3. Gary Wilson leads the highest ranked player in the tournament, Mark Selby, by the same scoreline. Well, that's it from us, I'm afraid. But if you've not had enough snooker in your life, don't worry, Snooker Extra will follow. You can see the conclusion of Ali Carter and Jack Lisowski. But that's it from us. I will be back on BBC Two tomorrow morning with Steve Davis to bring you the live coverage of Sean Murphy and Neil Robertson as they resume their second round clash. And the man that's been in the headlines all week, amateur James Cahill, is also in action against Stephen Maguire. That's on the red button. That's your morning sorted. Thanks for your company. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.